something. Dang.
Well, for next week, now.
You always gotta shine.
I know, I'm sorry. Don't worry. One day I'll show up and I'll have my cowboy boots on and you won't be ready for that. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
won't. Wait a minute. How we gonna see your boots? You gonna stand up?
I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna put my foot up in dirty people.
I'm gonna say I know in my heart of hearts she is not gonna put that leg up.
But I will put my foot up in my boot. Hell yeah.
Somebody gonna say Pinky? Yo, before we get started, shout out to Miss Pinky last night, bro. Like I feel so bad for her. Like she has to deal with Pinky.
Yeah. As her
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. I mean, but she chose it.
She did.
She chose it, but she was a super dope guest, man. But for the people that ever come across her, that's not Pinky the P star. That's Pinky the gamer. Shout out to Flamer, Stephon. We're gonna get the show started here in just a moment.
What's up? Welcome back, Steph. Welcome back, Flameser. They rocked with us this afternoon or morning.
For the EA
Yeah.
EA Play live thing that I can never attend because it's typically like in the middle of the day and I'm typically at work and can't attend. But
Right.
So much for fame. Like who cares, right? Whatever. Let's play some music. The music, hot tea.
Who? Oh, hit the like button. Share this with your mommy and your daddy and your cousin. And hit the bell if you want to show some loving. We just trying to level 1 to get the name buzzing. What a day that'll be. Double time, double fine, double A battery. Double mid twins trying to jump my anatomy. If you don't leave a like, you shouldn't have the audacity. Power of the mind got an X mentality. Couldn't put them on, now your X-Man mad at me. Haters out here acting like it happened automatically. So if I give them game, then the turn-based strategy. Whoa, used to be the guy they was ignoring. Sleeping on the keys, I'm an all cap snoring. That's just what happened when your podcast boring. I'ma tell them take 2 and call a doctor in the morning. I'ma tell them take 2 and call a doctor in the morning. Yeah, I'ma tell them take doctor in the morning. I'ma tell them take 2 and tell them take 2 in the morning.
What's going on, people? Fam Entertainment here from level1gamer.com, and congratulations, you guys leveled up to 31. This is the Take 2 podcast. We went MIA last week. I apologize. As you guys know, we have some stuff going on, but we are back today. Of course, we're going to be talking this incredibly, I guess you call it disturbing. Thank you for the word, because I was searching the multiverse for the word to use, and disturbing is the word that you came back with. Thank you so much. The disturbing news, we're going to talk about Hugger's excitement for the Dead Space remake. What was that?
I'm so happy.
And then we're also going to talk about the end of Loki, and also maybe dive into, not maybe, but talk a little bit about possibilities of Loki season 2, which is definitely far off. But Hugger, you know the deal. Typically we got 2 topics, we flip a coin, but we got a 3-sided coin. So I'm gonna flip this imaginary 3-sided coin, and you, my love, pick the topic.
Dead Space.
Dead Space. Okay, Dead Space remake was something that was been rumored for a while. Me personally, I ain't gonna cap. I don't never cap, so I ain't gonna cap now. Man, my camera sitting kind of low. I gotta fix that. I ain't gonna cap. Never played Dead Space, right? So I can't be excited for something I ain't never played. So I ain't gonna see him like, oh my god, for clicks, make me a YouTube video doing this. Like super.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna do that, right? I ain't gonna cap. Like I never played the first one, don't know nothing about Dead Space, right? But you, my little sister, has played Dead Space. So what's up with Dead Space? What's going on with the remake, and are you super excited?
I will say I have yet to finish the first one. I got to a point where I got so terrified that I stopped playing, but I have played the second one and unfortunately the third one, and I did play it twice because I played it on co-op, and God, I hate myself for doing that. Dead Space, think of all the games we have today, like the new Resident Evils, like The Evil Within, and that's what Dead Space was. Set in outer space, it was probably one of the best sci-fi horror games to come in the last, oh God, when for 2008, I think the first one came out. And Alien Isolation was close. It was very close, but it's completely different. But damn, Dead Space 2 is probably the best of the series, I will say that. I'm excited for this because I don't think they need to make a new game in the continuation of the series. I think they need to remake the old game because 2008, polish up all the jaggedy, scraggedy, rough edges.
Scraggedy.
Polish up some of the game.
That's a word?
Jaggedy. It's a word. Raggedy, scraggedy, man.
Scraggedy? Okay. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it.
Hey, when have I ever said anything wrong ever in Level 1's history?
I'm sorry. How do you say aluminum?
Aluminium?
No.
Yep. They just need to polish it and come back with the gloriousness that is Dead Space. And I can't wait till they do Dead Space 2, because if everybody remembers Dead Space 2, even if you haven't played the game, you know the scene. The eyeball scene where you have to direct the laser, and if it misses, you stab your eye out. That's what I'm waiting for. Dead Space is past its time, but it needs some shine because, yeah.
Wait,
it's such a pivotal game.
I'm sorry. Is Flames are saying that you're saying aluminum the correct way? Because she's not.
Flames is English, right? He's from the UK.
He's from the UK, yeah.
Yeah. So of course he's gonna aluminium.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I leave the barbecue, I use aluminum foil. Not even aluminum, it's aluminum. So I don't know how y'all getting aluminium. It's aluminum foil.
You're just forgetting some words there. That's on you.
Aluminum.
I think Dead Space is man, they're just such good games. And even the there was a PlayStation Move game too, and it was pretty decent. Tiring because, it wants you to hold your arms up 90% of the time, but Dead Space has so much lore. There's some comics. I think there's some movies even. It's such a good thing and such a creepy thing to dive into.
You know what? Yeah. I think as someone, again, who hasn't played Dead Space, who don't know nothing about Dead Space, it's just dope to see people excited about games, because we see so much of the gaming community consistently talking fanboy rhetoric or fighting on money. And I ain't gonna lie, I participate in some of that, because some of that shit is hilarious. Like, I'm sorry, anything no Alex posts, it's gonna be fucking hilarious. Like, you can say what you want about the fanboy stuff,
good
but
nature.
It's hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious, and he ain't never lied about nothing. But it's good to see people like, because I was at work, I didn't really get the chance to watch the video, but I'm looking on Twitter and seeing the reaction from people was it was a great feeling, man, to see people actually talking and being excited about a game, rather than, hey, I get to play this and you don't. It seems these type of games don't come along very often, to where people as a community are all in agreement. Like, this is it. Like, this is the one. It doesn't happen very often.
That doesn't.
This game is one of those games where people all come together around the congregation and all agree.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's weird that it's a horror game too, because usually there's like Baron does not do horror games. He's starting to get into them. I don't really like horror games either, but I do play them. But everybody loves, or people that have played, even people that haven't played are like, yeah, Dead Space is a good franchise, it's a good game. That USG Nishimura, that setting it put you in, tense and on edge, and then the monster design, man, I got nothing to say about Dead Space. Even 3, which I did not like, I still enjoyed it.
Hugger, we're gonna put up a TikTok, okay, and we're gonna ask people to stitch the video on how they say aluminum, because now Stefan is saying that aluminium is the correct way to say it.
Due to the spelling, it is.
Caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Oh, me too. I say caramel as well. When people say caramel, it drives me nuts.
it all depends on where you grew up. Some people say crayon, some people say crayon, and I'm like, you're missing some syllables there.
Cron, yeah.
Crayon. Like, no.
Well, people say caramel. Let me get a caramel macchiato. You mean a caramel macchiato?
A caramel
yeah.
macchiato.
But we're gonna make a TikTok and we're gonna pay people to stitch and ask them how they say aluminum. And
Steph is right though. He said he couldn't get through the Resident Evil 2 remake. I hope EA does not do their scummy shit that they are known for. They just give this game time to be perfect. I mean, we saw a lot more than I thought they were going to show. It was slow pan through the door, showing one of the zombies, I can't remember what their names are, standing up. It's blades ripping out of its back, and then we saw Isaac Clarke standing there. It was much more than I thought was going to be shown. We knew, you're right, we knew it was going to be shown, or it was rumored.
Rumored for a while, yeah.
But to see it, and then as you're going through, they had the, what are the letters? They have letters in the background, and the final word was, "It's back." And I'm like, no. Nah, man. Did they? And they did. They dropped us some Dead Space. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yo, Brap in the chat while Baron and Flames are going back and forth. Brap, I need to know.
What's up, Brap?
We need answers. Is it aluminium or aluminum? Is
aluminium.
It caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
And color is COLOR.
Oh, I spell color that way too, even though it is spelled with a U here.
Color. Liqueur. Brap, we need to know. Aluminum or aluminium? A or B? Aluminium is B.
I love Baron. Gray or gray? If you're an artist, those are two very different colors.
Earth.
I can't even compare.
Earth or earth? Now, don't nobody say no damn earth.
I say earth if I'm... It's like when somebody's like, "Oh, you're Canadian."
Brap says caramel. No, sir. It's caramel.
Caramel.
Brap, and he got aluminum, right? He got aluminum, right?
He did unfortunately say aluminum.
Aluminum. Aluminium makes no
aluminium.
I can't stand you with this shit. And he says it's earth. Where you from? Earth. When the aliens come, what planet is this? Earth.
Earth. I was looking for Earth. Okay, let me
Earth, baby.
Consult my GPS. The alien's gonna be like the lady that drove into the lake. She said, "Well, my TomTom told me to turn at right here." It's middle of a lake, lady.
Aliens gonna come down, have one conversation with us, and realize we are not advanced enough for them, and they're gonna leave. How y'all make foil sound special? Facts!
Because it is special.
Oh, man, all I know
it's the noisiest thing you could have in your kitchen.
When I leave a barbecue, I got me a plate wrapped in aluminum foil. Listen, we're gonna switch to something that won't put a smile on your face. That's like really, really disturbing in 1,000,001 ways. And that's what's happening at Activision Blizzard. There is a lawsuit, and I guess it's been described as a frat boy activity. Basically, it's a lot of sexism towards women, racism towards black people, racism and sexism towards women of color. Hugger, as a woman, I feel you should take the lead on this, because you can speak for both. A woman and being a woman of color. This nonsense happening to Activision, and I've seen a lot of I've seen some smaller ones come out because the big ones won't do it, saying we're no longer going to cover anything Activision or Blizzard. I'll believe that when I see the big ones stop doing it, because that's, but I want to get your thoughts on it.
We were with Miss Pinky last night when she told us this broke. And I was like, I'm mad that I'm not surprised at all. Like, Harvey Weinstein didn't get to the place he is today by people calling him out. Activision didn't get to the place it is, and this is going on for years, by people calling them out. People let this happen. People let Randy Pitchford happen. People let this stuff go. And from what I've been reading, like they had these drunken cube crawls, which people would get drunk at the company, mostly men, and then go to various female cubicles where they were working and harass them. No job is that important. I know as a dev you don't see that. No job is that important. Like that's just the females reporting. I bet you there was men being sexually harassed.
Oh yeah, there's but as
Nobody takes it seriously.
think about the number of women who actually report the harassment. Think about that, what that number could be and how minuscule it is. Cut that down by like 90%, and then that's the men who will report the harassment, right? Hearing about how the guys there would be playing video games all day while the women actually needed to do work. Women being passed up on opportunities while their male counterparts who've been there a shorter time than them gets the full-time position. Hearing about the women being micromanaged while the men play games all day, the women are accountable they have to be accountable for every minute of their day, including coming back from lunch break a minute late. A lot of this stuff is horrible things. Again, I guess not again. For the first time, I'm gonna say this for legal purposes. This is all allegedly, right? As much as it sounds like it's legit. It's all allegedly, right? So we don't want to say we are definitely accusing someone of anything. But if this is true, like, couple of things. A lawsuit and a payout under the table is probably going to happen. And gamers are going to be there day one to buy Call of Duty. They're going to be there day one to buy the next Overwatch. Like, no one's truly going to hold this company accountable for being absolutely disgusting. And that's the sad part, because even though the statistics say that 51% now, or anywhere between 49-51% of gamers now are all women, we know that the gaming community can still be very misogynistic and sexist. I couldn't imagine being a woman jumping into a multiplayer lobby, because you're instantly going to get hit with get in the kitchen, B word this, B word that, play with my dingling. Like, you're instantly going to get that, right? And it's something that the gaming community, not as a whole, but can be seen as a way of it being frat boy house, right? I mean, it can be seen that way, mostly in the multiplayer space. You think about the Call of Duties and of the world and things like that. But until gamers decide to hold them accountable with their wallets, just like if you go to ask most people, hey, remind me what happened to Ubisoft, they're gonna have to look it up if they don't remember, because it's already passed, right? People were upset. I'm upset. Let me go make videos about Ubisoft. I'm never going to cover Ubisoft again. I'm never going to report about them on YouTube. I'm never going to support their games. And the second they drop a game, here you come running. Yeah. And you already forgotten about it. And that's my fear with this. This is heinous. This is terrible. And my biggest fear is people are going to just forget about it after their YouTube videos and clicks and article clicks go down. Everyone's going to forget about it.
I think the only way that this is going to be put further is if video starts coming out. Video and audio conversations, like recorded things, start getting leaked and coming out that, hey, this was the higher ups at the company letting this stuff happen. This was the managers, the floor managers, the supervisors. Once they're caught on camera, then it's very hard to say, I didn't know. Because the people that did do something wrong are not going to get punished. I can guarantee you that. They'll just get moved to another department, or they'll be moved to another game or another thing. The only thing I'm accusing Activision, and this is my own opinion, Activision Blizzard of, is a shitty work environment and letting things slip by. Because this is not the first time we've heard this from just Activision alone. But the good thing is, Activision has been struggling for a very long time. And this is another blow to them. Not a good blow. Because after some stuff with Diablo, Overwatch, and people are concerned about Overwatch 2. Call of Duty's their bread and butter, but you can't rely on one game forever. You really can't.
Not to try to link this and I'm only bringing this up because I instantly thought of this when I read about this was happening, and not trying to link this to Xbox or Microsoft, right? I'm not doing that because there's no way, shape, or form link to this, right? But I'm like, didn't two like people higher ups from Xbox just go over there and like that's like, were y'all aware of the environment? It was God, now I'm drawing blanks. It was the head of the coalition. And the other guy, Xbox Quick. This is where we miss Trevor, because Trevor's in the comment section, like filling in my blanks. He was the oh my God, help me out in the chat. Help me out, chat. It was too big. The head of the coalition. He was. And then the other guy was, his name used to be Xbox Quick on Twitter. It's just Quick now. But like you left Microsoft. Were you aware of the culture there before you decided, yep, I'm going to leave my job over here and I'm going to go work at Activision, like, or Blizzard? Like, did you not like get any type of notion or feeling if this was a great place to work when you decide? Rob Ferguson and Mikey Barber, thank you, Tiger King.
There we go.
I appreciate you.
I don't think they would know. I think they would have an inkling, but until something like this, that's why we have to say allegedly, until it's proven,
yes,
you can't judge, but you can. We know these companies do scummy stuff.
At senior level type management, which is, I mean, they're not on the ground floor of Activision. I mean, they're senior level. You don't go to a job without finding out questions like that about the culture.
Exactly. I would never work for somebody unless I know if the janitor has a criminal history.
Like, especially leaving my cushy spot at Xbox, my cushy job. I'm not going to go somewhere and I don't know, already aware of the culture. I haven't been around or talked to people. Because I know Mikey Barber was first, and then Rob Ferguson left. And again, I'm not trying to throw them or saying they were even involved. I'm just saying it's just weird to hear people who in a senior level position not know that, because this ain't like this happened yesterday or the day before or last year. This is years. This is ingrained in their culture. This sounds like it was allegedly, if it's true, this was ingrained in their culture. How do you not find this out? How do you not know? It's worrisome.
Maybe they were allegedly, maybe they're complicit in it.
Allegedly.
A thing. And I was talking to Baron about this earlier, and I was like, people are aware of this, and they're like, maybe this is gaming's Me Too moment. And I'm like, I don't think you're ready for that. It needs to happen, but you'll never buy anything and never support anybody again, because I know myself, I've sat and not said a couple things about a couple people. And am I proud of it? No. They got their comeuppance recently, though, so that's fine with me. But you're not ready. This stuff is ingrained.
Gamers aren't ready to counsel their. I mean, let's say, and this is just a made up scenario, right? This is a made up scenario for somebody trying to clip this and say things that this happened. Let's say something comes out that this same situation is happening at Naughty Dog. You don't think they're gonna buy the next Last of Us game? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Just like you're gonna buy the next COD.
There's a game coming out. It's called Seasons. It's a beautiful game, but the director of the studio has been allegedly brought forth on sexual harassment. Same thing with female staff, and people are like, oh, I'm excited for the game. I was like, he was literally just touching his female staff. The article came out like 2 months ago, if that. Trevor showed me an article when he had Turtle Duck, when he had his site. He interviewed the guy, and he's like, I would have never guessed. But also, I would talk to him for maybe 20 minutes, if that. You can't get somebody's behavior by meeting them for 20 minutes. And that's the problem. A lot of these guys know how to have that public image face out there. I know level 1 is very small, but I just can't. I can't co-sign the thought of you would ever let something like this happen.
Oh yeah, I'm busting asses. I'm busting asses. I got And I know a lot of people do too, but I really take to heart like what you put out into this world, especially when it comes to women. Like that stuff gonna come back on your own kids, bro. And I'd be damned if I do anything to bring on bad karma to my daughter, bro. That's absolute garbage. But we're gonna switch on to the last topic. We didn't get to talk about this last week, so we're gonna kind of run it down this week. Big old spoiler alert for those who are living under a rock and have yet to finish Loki. Loki season 2 has been announced because Loki is officially done. I still stand by my prediction that we're about to get a Spider-Man trailer immediately. Right?
There's a traitor in there somewhere.
I love the fact that Black Twitter is running with the TVA was a black-owned business. Because it was run by a black man and it's a black-owned business, and a Karen, aka Sylvie, came and busted that all up. But I want to get your thoughts about this and the fact that the world isn't treating Sylvie like they did Star-Lord.
I think it's because people haven't got the time to really know Sylvie, and I feel like as much as we are, like, we watch every show that comes out so we can talk about it. We watch WandaVision, Captain America, this. I don't think a lot of people are for some reason watching this. I know a lot of people, as bomb ass as Loki is, don't like Loki and don't want to watch a show with him, even though that Loki that you know, I mean, he's the Loki that, spoiler, dies at the end of Endgame. Like, that emotional journey that he makes in this show very quickly, and it's so good. But Sylvie, man, I don't know. She's cute, but I can't wait to kill her.
If you haven't been watching Loki, like, there's gonna be some stuff in these upcoming movies you're gonna be confused about. When you look in the chronological order of how things are, technically Loki is before WandaVision. Loki, and so at the end, the cut scene where Wanda's tapping into the multiverse, that's a part of the branching out that's happening. But Loki actually happens before that. And if you haven't watched Loki, I know some people, it took them a minute to get into it, but I'm like, the same thing with WandaVision. Like, it took a lot of people like an episode or two, but if you push through, you'll find an amazing show. And to me, Loki was good from the very beginning. You're gonna go into Spider-Man. You're gonna go into Multiverse of Madness, and some stuff will not make sense to you. Ant-Man and the new Ant-Man movie, because Kang the Conqueror is supposed to be the big bad in that. You're gonna be confused. You're gonna think, oh, I thought Kang died, but really that wasn't the worst of the Kangs. That was He Who Remains, also known as Immortus.
Yep.
I was about to see another moment. I was going to draw a blank. And I was going to call on Trevor. Immortus. That was Immortus. That was
he gave you the answer.
Yeah, that was the best version of the Kings, and killing that King, killing Immortus is bringing on. And so if you didn't watch it and you go into the new Ant-Man movie, you're going to be confused. Like, all right, what the hell is going on? You have to watch Loki. You have to.
Oh yeah, you have to watch. I don't think you have to watch all the shows, but you should, because they're all good. WandaVision is my favorite, but each show is different. They're not the same. The first WandaVision was about dealing with your trauma and dealing with grief. Obviously, she's not over it because she became a Scarlet Witch. The second is about finding your place in a world that doesn't really want you, but needs you. And Sam found his place. Bucky found his place. And this one is about, again, overcoming some trauma, but this one, it was more about moving everything forward, because the other ones were like their own contained things. But this is more about the story. This is where we're going to start to see WandaVision, Winter Soldier, all of them start to intersect and connect and fall back. I bet you we're going to see some stuff from Infinity War and Endgame in here. Even though that phase is done, they got to go back to some of that stuff. There's so much material in there.
I don't think this is happening, and that's not a prediction. I'm just saying, did you know technically if Marvel wanted, they could recast okay, let me say this. They could use Riri Williams in this way, bring her from another universe, and that could be your excuse for her, depending on how you want to go with it. But technically, if they wanted to, they can recast Black Widow and say, oh, I'm the Black Widow from Earth, yada, yada, yada. Because they don't have to look alike.
Black Widow.
She's dead.
Elena, she's the new Black Widow at the end scene. The chick from Captain America,
Yeah, but
Elaine from
she's gonna be
Seinfeld.
she's gonna be part of the Thunderbolts though, which is basically Marvel's version of Suicide Squad. I don't think she'll be a true Black Widow, but I'm saying like who else is gone? Like besides Captain America, Tony. They could if they wanted to theoretically
they can recast anybody.
They can recast anybody and just say, "Hey, we're from Earth." Blah blah blah. That's the beauty. I mean, things are going to get weird. Like you said, Loki pushed. This was the show that really pushed Phase 4. Like this is the start of Phase 4. Like it pushed everything forward, and I'm all the way here for it, all the way.
And it was the first of this show, the first of the Marvel stuff that touched on our world. Because not the last episode 5 when the HMCS Enterprise fell in. Like that was a real world thing that happened.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is weird. So we're going to get some of our stuff. We're going to get some fourth wall breaking. We're going to get some Loki stuff. We're going to get Thor.
You can bring You can bring the X-Men in with no explanation. It's the multiverse. You can bring in the X-Men with no explanation. We're from Earth, yada, yada, yada.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters.
Could do. Bring in a new Captain Marvel as well. I'm not a Brie Larson fan as Captain Marvel.
They can bring in Magneto, and he can show up and say, "Oh, my daughter from my universe isn't all powerful." And hey, look, because I still believe wholeheartedly, that because Loki chronologically is before WandaVision, that really was.
Names are not Trevor. Give us it.
I want to say Speed, but it's not Speed. I'm thinking Speed or Wiccan. Quicksilver. Because Loki is chronologically before WandaVision, I still believe that was Quicksilver, and he was just in hiding because we never found the person that old boy at the very first episode of WandaVision said was in witness protection. I still believe that's Quicksilver.
That's true.
There's
a couple holes left in WandaVision that never got filled in.
I'm just saying because Loki is before that. That's Quicksilver. Can't nobody tell me. I believe that's Quicksilver.
There's so much that's gonna come from all this, and I can't wait. I'm excited for this next phase because I mean, they got to bring in vampires somehow to explain Morbius or Mobius. Mobius striptease, Morbius.
I don't think Sony is going to allow him over. I think he's going to stay in the Spider-Man universe over at Sony.
Sony movies suck.
I don't see him or Venom being allowed. I think Sony wants to create a their own universe. And that's why you got Venom gets his own movies first, Mobius gets his movies, and Spider-Man is the one that can go back and forth. They're creating their own universe with the Spider-Man characters, and I don't think they're gonna let
Universal how that worked out for them.
I just need
remaking The Mummy.
I just need Mickey to come in there and cut Sony a check and just buy Sony, and then we can get everything together how it's supposed to be before we all die.
Sony does not make good movies. Like, I will stand by this. Aside from, I liked The Amazing Spider-Man, but like Charlie's Angels, they're holding with a death grip on to James Bond. Like, they don't make good movies.
No. Spider-Man would have been bad had it not been for the MCU.
Oh yeah.
Just putting it out there.
We would have had to get another origin story, like a true origin story, and I'm like, I can't.
Stefan said he just wants to see Toby again. And if the rumors are true, we're gonna get Toby. We're gonna get my personal favorite Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield. I think
Andrew's the best Spider-Man, but Toby is the best Peter Parker.
Yes, I don't understand the hate for Andrew Garfield. I never understood it. I thought he was a super dope Spider-Man. I really did. 100%.
Watch anybody that is gonna be in these roles, the next Iron Man, the next Black Widow. Watch anybody in those roles, and they will get an extraordinarily disproportionate amount of hate for no reason.
Well, that's why I'm glad they
watch the next Black Panther.
That's going to be interesting to see what they do with that, because you can't. But again, the multiverse.
People don't like that though, because we know this stuff. We know the comics. We know it's going to happen. People that are watching these movies and TV shows aren't reading this.
But what I'm saying is they have a avenue to replace, because you can clearly say this is T'Challa from Earth, blah, blah, blah. And the thing about Riri is, at least they're not trying to remake Iron Man. They literally have a whole new character with Ironheart.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting, man. Like, we're going to continue to cover this on Take Two. As you guys know, we cover gamer stuff, movie stuff. We definitely love it here. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Stefan, Logic, Brad came in here, Chakalaka, Tiger King was the man. Hustle was in that building again. Of course, my brother Baron, Dallas was up in this joint. Flames was in here doing this thing. Hey man, you guys are freaking awesome, man. Do us a big favor. You guys hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn notifications on. It helps us out a lot. Tomorrow is Peep Game. Don't forget, check us out on TikTok at Level 1. We'll be posting a video on the correct pronunciation of aluminum foil.
Aluminium foil.
We're going to post it on TikTok and get people to tell us the correct pronunciation. Listen, we're going to get up out of here with this super fire intro, outro. You guys have been amazing. With all that said, congratulations. You guys leveled up to 31. It was a Take Two podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Sarangye.
The music? Hot tea.
Who? Oh, hit the like button. Share this with your mommy and your daddy and your cousin. And hit the bell if you want to show some loving. We just trying to level 1 to get the name buzzing. What a day that'll be. Double time, double fine, double A battery. Double mid twins trying to jump my anatomy. If you don't leave a like, you shouldn't have the audacity. Power of the mind, got an X mentality. Couldn't put them on, now your X-Man mad at me. Haters out here acting like it happened automatically. So if I give them game, then it's turn-based strategy. Whoa, used to be the guy they was ignoring. Sleeping on the keys, I'm an all cap snoring. That's just what it happened when your podcast boring. I'ma tell them take two and call a doctor in the morning. I'ma tell them take two and call a doctor in the morning. Yeah, I'ma tell them take doctor in the morning. I'ma tell them take two and tell them take two in the morning.